Let's stay in northern New Mexico. Head to a town that's known for its art, skiing, and historic landmarks. Taos is also home to one of the most photographed places in the state, and that's where Sasha Leninger joins us.
Todd, I'm at the Rio Grande Gorge Bridge. The site is spectacular, even more so in person. From high above, the river looks calm. When you're standing in the middle, you're 650 feet above the river, making it the second highest highway bridge in the U.S. After being built in 1965, it was deemed the most beautiful steel bridge in the long span category, and that beauty lives on today. The bridge has been part of several movies shot in our state, including Terminator, Wild Hogs, and Paul. This beauty has drawn people here for generations. It was colonized in 1615, but it wasn't until 1795 that people settled in the area. They built the plaza as a fortified adobe structure for trade between Taos Pueblo and the Spanish. In the early 1800s, trappers began to make Taos their home. It became a town in 1934, and today the quaint community has a population of 6,400. The word Taos means place of red willow. It comes from the Tiwa language spoken on the Taos Pueblo. It's named after Red Willow Creek, the Pueblo's primary source of water for drinking and for ceremony as well. The Taos Pueblo is a World Heritage Site, and it has a cultural history that dates back more than 1,000 years.
Our elders maintain the oral traditions that we have here in the community. Our language is Tiwa, and it's all oral.
Meaning nothing is written down or recorded. Each story is passed down from generation to generation.
We're so family oriented. We have annual feast days, which are like our holidays. It's just a huge gathering of our family and friends. Of course, there's tons of food, and usually, we welcome our friends and family into the traditional village.
That's where you'll find the Pueblo, entirely made of adobe, which is earth mixed with water and straw, then poured into forms or made into sun-dried bricks.
Multi-storied buildings are family owned, and they are still maintained and still used. We have about 50 people who still live in there year-round.
They do not have running water or electricity. The walls are several feet thick. The roofs are supported by timber and covered with packed dirt, all of which comes from their rich lands, part of which they lost for several years.
Taos Pueblo is known for its Blue Lake that was returned in 1970. We struggled for 64 years to get it back from the government, which was taken away from us.
It's a ritual site where Taos people would go for ceremonial reasons and was a staple for life on the reservation. But it was taken from the Pueblo in 1906 by President Roosevelt to become part of the National Forest Lands.
Our agriculture tradition was very much challenged. Utilizing water was very much challenged. I believe that during that time is when you see our first dependency happening on external resources.
Hunting also changed. The Pueblo had to find alternative resources in order to feed and take care of its people. In 1920, they began charging people to come into the village, and it slowly opened up its doors to tourism.
And then you hear the stories of, going back to when we didn't have the land. You hear the stories of our men taking trains out to D.C.
Members of the Pueblo fought to get their land back, and finally, in 1970, 64 years later, it was returned by President Nixon. Only Pueblo members are allowed at the Blue Lake and mountain areas. Now, the main crops grown on the Pueblo are corn, squash, and bean. The reservation also well known for its pottery using mica.
These cultures of the Pueblo and the old Spanish cultures that have lived here that are quickly changing still have this really beautiful history that ties us to the earth in a way that maybe big cities don't have.
Art is a big part of what makes Taos so special. Just off the plaza, you'll find May Torres' studio with fascinating work. She was born here and creates her art here because it's where she feels connected. Today, Taos is a hub for artists who thrive on the natural beauty that surrounds them. I share that sentiment because the beauty here is spectacular, and part of it's the skyline. The highest point in New Mexico is Wheeler Peak. It rises out of the Sangre de Cristo Mountains at 13,161 feet. It's named after Major George Wheeler, who surveyed the area in the 1870s. Today, it's a popular hiking spot. At the top, breathtaking views spanning hundreds of miles. There's also some mysteries here in Taos. In the 1990s, residents said they could hear this hum, this constant hum here in the area. Well, investigators found that 2% of people could actually hear it. But what causes that noise? That is still unknown today. But Todd, can you actually hear that hum while you're here?
Sasha, thank you. Never heard it before, but fascinating what's going on up there.